What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to talk about the other arena content that is out today, being the Sir Crocodile event. We actually just made the video talking about Monkey D. Luffy. Let's go ahead and talk about Crocodile now. So this guy also has some pretty annoying gimmicks. I think it actually is slightly easier than Luffy, but this content is actually really slow because once again, they just want to keep using this damage limiter effect. It is so annoying that they keep applying it in this content because it just makes your run slower. I absolutely hate it, but it is what it is. Before we actually talk about what actually happens in the content, let's actually have a look at what the unit does. So here is the Sir Crocodile character. This guy is an int-driven striker with a pretty average captain ability, a captain ability you're not going to be using, but then his special ability reduces all enemies' health by 10%. It also goes ahead and reduces chain reduction and blindness effect by 7 turns, which is pretty unique in and of itself. But then he also poisons all enemies, but then to one enemy he inflicts venom, which is a more severe poison to them, and then also gives your int characters 2 times color affinity for 1 turn. And with an additional effect, it says that if your captain is already int, it will make all other type slots for your int characters count as beneficial for that 1 turn. So it's not the best special ever, it's just kind of unique, and it's not really going to be used in a lot of content, but you never know. This type of special may see some play in some niche content, especially if you can partner it up with like Legend Reiju, for example, to get a conditional boost or something like that. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird effect, but you know, it is what it is. At least it is a damage dealing special, so you can put like Halloween Lore for an int orb boost as well. So that's, I guess, one cool thing you can use its character for. As for his secondary crewmate effect, I mean, this one is already stat boost. The other one is like if he has an int slot and he hits a perfect, he keeps it for the following turn, so nothing crazy there. He has critical hit, he has his provoked attack or the enrage buff, but he does remove 3 turns of increased damage taken, and he does have slotbind reduction by 5 turns, so that's actually a pretty good effect actually. And then his support effect, unfortunately, doesn't really provide much to your crew either. But that is the rundown of the brand new Arena Crocodile, and without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the entire content versus Sir Crocodile. So jumping into this video today, we are going to be going ahead and starting off with Yamato as our mainline captain for this team, and we are using a friend captain of Halloween Boa Hancock. The Halloween batch was the batch for this arena, so if you have those characters, it makes it a lot easier, just letting you guys know if you were lucky enough to pull them in the Sync Celebration Sugo Fest. We have Daz Bones here, 5 million health, and turn 1 he has damage immunity and defense up, so we have Jack special here to just remove that, and then we can go ahead and kill him from there. If you don't kill him on the first turn, he gives you a full board of badly matching slots and also paralyzes your crew for 1 turn. That's pretty annoying. And then after turn 2, he actually makes all recovery slots do damage to you, so that's not too bad of a debuff, honestly. We got this Robin here. Now this Robin stage is why like just teams take so long to clear this content. As you can see, there is damage limiter, and she has like 7 million health. The damage limiter goes to 3.5 million, which means you need to take 2 turns in order to actually kill her, and then you got mobs to deal with as well, which is why Boa Hancock is good for this, because when you actually get hit, Boa Hancock will automatically give the mirror status to the enemy, so that's nice, especially as we'll talk more about the Boa Hancock team towards the end of the video here. But you do get block slots, and they are locked for 3 turns, so if you are able to change them into beneficial slots, you can just have matching slots pretty much for the entire duration of the quest. So that's why it makes it a little bit easier with having, you know, all of those locked slots. Definitely makes it so much easier. You see that the Bind and Despair was a preemptive part of this attack as well when you enter stage 4, so having a special or just an ability to get rid of Bind and Despair definitely makes this stage a lot easier. Don't wait after turn 3 though. After turn 3, she will go ahead and give herself defense up, and she will blow away your bottom row for 2 turns. You don't want to deal with that, and do not get her below 20%. All of those are exceptionally bad things. But then Crocodile on the final stage, having Halloween Boa Hancock as a captain here makes it a lot easier, because you can get rid of the special bind, and you can get rid of the attack down, and with her special you can get rid of the attack down chain effect. So basically all of your attacks are going to be reduced until you hit a chain of 2.0, and because Boa Hancock applies a really strong chain multiplier, that just makes it a lot easier for clearing this content. And you're not allowed to use an affinity boost on this final boss stage, otherwise you'll get binded, paralyzed, and you'll also get your beneficial effects and accumulated values removed from your crew. So just overall, a lot of bad things. Don't use color affinity, but overall I think that it's a little bit easier than the Luffy arena.
の国を開国するんだ。
Now, we move on to the second team, which is with Superclass Katakuri, and for those of you who have seen my Sugofest video that came out yesterday, you know we didn't pull Katakuri in that video, but you know, it's your boy, the off-screenski coming through. Of course, we got Superclass Katakuri, my boy Mr. Slam Jam coming in versus Crocodile Arena today, and this is the team that we have packing. So, with this team, we are taking it kind of easy against Mr. 1, taking a couple hits, and we can do that because when we move to the next stage, because of Katakuri's captain effect, we will actually get all of that back, so that makes it a lot easier. But we have the versus effect of Akainu, which helps out a lot on stage 4 because the ignition or the burn effect on the enemy will immediately kill the mobs after the first turn, and it just makes it a lot easier for sure. So definitely use that to your advantage. Now we do have the special ability of V2 Marco because he's going to be really good for the final boss stage, being able to remove like multiple turns of special bind. The 6 turns of special bind that gets inflicted to us and 5 turns of paralysis, Marco can remove 7 turns of those things. Makes it a lot easier. We do have another really key support unit of the, what's his face? He is Oven. Oven attached to Katakuri. When we use his special ability, he's going to generate a 1.3 color affinity boost for our powerhouse characters. Definitely not required, but just showing you guys that you are able to apply color affinity boost via support effects still, which is good. You can't use the support of the quick rare recruit ace, for example, because, you know, you've got versus Akainu on the team, so you unfortunately cannot apply that. We've also got Jack here as well because he's going to enable us to get rid of 6 turns of attack down that's inflicted to us on the boss stage, and Akainu is great as well just because he provides that really nice chain lock effect, which enables us to get around that really pesky attack down chain effect. Even though you don't really need Akainu on this team, in all things considered, you probably don't need it at all, but it's just nice to have it, especially that versus effect. That versus effect is incredibly powerful for getting through the Robin stage a lot quicker and a lot safer. And then, of course, Sober Mask, another exceptional unit for Katakuri teams, because, of course, all the bosses here are strength. We have his ability to generate matching slots. We're able to generate that attack boost. Very, very nice effect to have. And Katakuri, of course, we get the base attack boost and the orb boost upon first activation, and when we activate the second one, because we already have an orb boost active, we're going to be getting his attack boost instead. So overall, just lots of awesome effects going on here. We get the color affinity, attack boost, orb boost, base attack, we get chain, just everything going on. And the amount of damage we're able to output here against Crocodile is pretty incredible. Moving on now to a bit of an obscure team. This is going to be the Halloween hybrid. I still absolutely love Halloween Lore and Halloween Mihawk together. Their captain abilities are still very good to this day, especially having the inherent ability to remove paralysis and despair. It actually has been quite a long time since they had released a character that just removes paralysis as a captain. They really don't do it that often, and I mean, you can tell why, because it's a pretty useful effect to have. I mean, we see a lot of despair removing captains these days, but not really paralysis. Very, very uncommon. But Halloween Lore and Mihawk together are an incredible combination. They both proc each other's super type specials, which is really good, and Mihawk's super type special is very, very good, giving us a full board of matching slots, and we do use the effect of the dual Linlin, V2 Linlin, to generate herself 1.5 attack and 1.5 orb boost every single turn, generating a lot of damage there just from one unit. And for the stage after that, we're going to be using the Buggy character, which is able to get rid of the bind that's inflicted to our team, as well as changing the block slots that were inflicted into matching slots as well. And we are able to just take our time with this stage, honestly. Like, there's really not much going on. I mean, we're able to kill the mobs first. That's going to be our our target. And, you know, after the first turn of attacks, Robin does buff her attack, so her and the mobs will be doing more damage than normal, and they actually hit incredibly hard. But luckily for us, we have the super type of Trafalgar Law, which is able to recover 50% of our crew's max HP, meaning that even though we have to take a hit from Robin, we're able to do it due to that super type special providing very key healing for our crew. Another thing about this team is that we actually do not kill Crocodile on the first turn of attacks. Due to the fact that the special bind and the attack down that's inflicted to our team is 6 turns rather than the typical 5 turns, it means that we do actually have to take a hit from Crocodile, and we are able to do that. We can take any damage from Crocodile due to the fact that when we activate Law Special, it's going to go ahead and give us the ability to take a hit, basically live any one hit from the enemy, so we don't have to worry about how much health we have. But the thing is when you activate it, it gives you an orb boost on the first turn, and then after one turn has passed with the clock buff, we do get the bigger orb boost on the following turn. And then after that turn has passed, Crocodile actually applies to himself, he gives himself damage reduction, 2 turns of Rainbow Shield damage reduction. And luckily when we activate Mihawk's special ability, that will remove 2 turns, well actually removes like 10 turns of Rainbow Shield, but it's going to remove the 2 turns that Crocodile has. So we're going to have the orb boost from Law, we're going to have the attack boost from Mihawk, we're going to have the conditional boost from the Boa Hancock. This is another unit that you really don't see that much, honestly. This is a pretty awesome character for this piece of content because we are able to reduce the enemy's defense. And by doing that, we're able to get a defense down conditional boost. And then with V2 Linlin, we're able to go ahead and activate a chain locking effect as well. So surprisingly enough, this is able to do like 50 million plus damage towards Crocodile, which is, as I said, very surprising, but you know, does get the job done, and incredibly awesome considering this is a relatively easy team to build with a pretty good array. Like half the team is going to be free to play, and then Linlin and Mihawk, I mean, over a year old at this point, just about, so this is definitely a very, very easy team to build and gets the job done versus Crocodile. And now we're going to go ahead and use the whole brand new batch that is kind of targeted towards this content. So in this content here, we're using the Halloween Peruna as a friend captain as well as a crewmate, and it's just due to the fact that we like to use one Peruna on stage 4, and then we have one Peruna for stage 5. But we've also got Shirahoshi for stage 5 against the paralysis. We've got Jewelry Bonnie, who is going to be very useful for stage 4 against Robin, because it is able to remove the bind and despair for our crew, as well as providing an attack boost for our crew as well. And of course, Boa Hancock as one of the captains at least, allowing us to remove the special bind and the attack down, as well as giving us a chain locking effect on the final boss stage. Just all of those things combined help out a lot. And also the free-to-play Brook that recently released for Global as well. That character partnered up with this Halloween batch allows us to get through it pretty comfortably. The Brook is a pretty interesting unit. If you're above like 60% health, he like cuts your health by 60% and then he gives you an attack boost, but then it automatically recharges his special, allowing you to use 2 specials in the same turn if need be. And if you already have an attack boost, I believe he applies an orb boost instead to Slasher and Free Spirit characters. So because this entire batch is Free Spirit, you're able to get a lot of really nice boosting effects via that Brook special ability activating. Peruna is also really awesome because she can generate lots of matching slots and also apply the condition and conditional boost for your team, as well as providing a chain lock, all for 3 turns. It's such an amazing ability, and because we do have to stay in this room for 3 turns, it's legitimately like the perfect special ability to activate for this quest. And then of course, as I said, we're going to be keeping one Peruna for the final boss stage just to give us another additional kick of damage towards the final boss against Crocodile. But that is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you very much for watching it, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Koi はいつでもハリケーン